What up, YouTube? It's your boy JKG Brandon back with some Diablo Immortal content. We are doing something fun. We're revisiting the Wheel of RNG, guys. I don't know how often we're going to do this. We may do it weekly. We may do it, monthly. Who knows? I'm having fun with it, so I wanted to come back to it, try to do a little bit more with it. That being said, if you like what we're doing around here, go ahead and hit that subscription button. It is nice and free for you guys. We're trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. When we do that, I can put that YouTube money back into the account and do something fancy for you guys. Maybe do like, as many rifts as we can run, try to get something that way. Something, who knows? Maybe we'll, buy a different game and play a different game, or something like that. Who knows? We'll figure that out when the time comes. That being said, we're just going to hop right up into it. Y'all know how it goes. We're going to spin the wheel, find out which of our base skills that we're going to get, and then we're going to spin it 4 more times, find out the remainder of our skills. Then what we're going to do is we are going to spin the wheel and find out which set pieces we're going to run. I went through and tallied down and wrote down all of the set pieces that I currently have, and I'm going to go ahead and put those on the wheel. We're going to spin for those, and then once we do that, then we're going to get all the skills and everything put on. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go through whatever skills we get. We're going to take a pause. I'm going to go ahead and put all of those, all the pieces that modify each skill. We're going to put those in to the wheel, and we're going to try to find out exactly what this build is going to have. Everything is going to be completely random except my main gems. We're going to keep the main gems as the main gems because who cares about those right now? It's more about, trying to mash up skills that probably shouldn't go together. So we're going to hop right up into it. We're going to hit the wheel. We're going to find out what we're going to get. I'm kind of hoping we get Lacerate, but it looks like we are going to get Frenzy. So we're going to hop in here. I'm going to write down that we got Frenzy as our main skill off to the side. Let me go ahead and bring this up for you guys so you can see as we go as well. So we have that. And let's go over here. Let's bring all of these guys. Let's close this guy out. Let's go ahead and control all. Let's get rid of those. And you know what? Let's go ahead and plug everything in another time. Let's go ahead and hit shuffle. We're going to hit shuffle every time, and we're going to remove that skill as well. So every time that we get a skill here, we're going to remove it so we don't get it again. And then, all right, so we're going to start out with Whirlwind. So that is not a bad start. Frenzy and Whirlwind, we're going to separate those out there. Let's go ahead and remove all instances of Whirlwind. Hit the shuffle one more time. We're going to spin after this one. We're going to spin another 2 times after this. So looks like Stomp Grab. Okay, so that is Stomp. It got messed up in the copy pasting, so we're gonna go ahead and just work with Stomp. Whoops, that's on me. Got a little happy with it. Let's go ahead and all right. So we are gonna run Sprint. If it hit on that again, I was gonna go ahead and take it out. Let's go ahead and remove all instances of Sprint. Let's remove that Stomp Grab out of here as well. And because we did get Stomp, earlier, let's go ahead and get that one. Let's make sure Stomp isn't in there one more time. All right, let's go ahead and shuffle. Last spin here. Hopefully we can get, so we have Stomp, Sprint, Whirlwind, and Undying Rage because it was back to back. All right. Got to love that. And by love that, I mean not at all. Okay. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of these. We are going to come back. Let me copy these set pieces. And we're going to get them in there. Let's go ahead and put them in 3 separate times. We'll hit shuffle. We'll spin it around. And what I have here, I have a full 6-piece Gloom Guide. So we can get a 2-piece 3 different times. That's what the X3 is. We have Grace, same thing. I have a full 6-piece, so we can run that 3 2-pieces. Or Fithus, I have you know, I can do a 4-piece, so we can do that twice. Shell Boss, Mountebank, both we can hit 3 2-piece sets. Isatar and Windloft, we can do a 4-piece of those as well. So we are going to run, starting out here, we are going to have a Shell Boss. Excuse me. And because I do have enough for a full 6-piece, we're not going to remove that. We're just going to shuffle and spin again. We have 2 more spins for our set pieces. So we are going to have Shell Boss and Gloom Guides. This could be interesting. Looking at our skills, the only way we're going to be able to use, the only way Gloom Guides is going to be able to get used is if we get to use Path Rays on our main hand, which turns our Whirlwind into a dash skill. That's interesting. So Shell Boss for our main attack, and then Gloom Guides for that. So we are going to run a 4-piece Shell Boss. Okay. 4-piece Shell Boss. That is going to be interesting. That is actually going to be interesting. All right, guys. So we have Frenzy, Whirlwind, Stomp, Sprint, Undying Rage, which so wild that like we were on a roll. Whirlwind, Stomp, and Sprint. That was a great foundation. Undying Rage is a bit of a little monkey wrench into the plans. 4-piece Shell Boss with a 2-piece Gloom Guide set. That we're gonna find out if that works. Hopefully we can get, like I said, hopefully we can get Path Rays on our main hand, so we can actually utilize the Gloom Guide set. Otherwise, it's just a dead 2-piece set in our 6 pieces. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna take a little quick break. I'm gonna go ahead and get all of the skills. All of the different pieces that affect the skills that we're running. I'm gonna get those loaded into our wheel, and I'll come back and we'll spin the wheel for whatever set pieces that we're gonna get. All right, guys, so we are back. It was a good minute for me here to go ahead and grab all the different pieces of gear that are going to modify with the skills that we did get. So we're just going to hop right up into it. I'm going to hit spin, and for the helm, we do have the option for Spirit Breaker, Second Breath, Weighted Brow, Trembling, Grinning Effigy, and Ancestor Steel. We are going to be running the Trembling. So we're going to get movement speed when we do proc our. We're going to get movement speed when we proc our Undying Rage. So that's going to go with that one. Let's go ahead and clear that out. We are going to get our chest piece gear in here now. And we're just going to go ahead and plug them in a few times, hit shuffle. And we'll go ahead and hit that one as well. For the chest piece, we have Ferocious Gale, the Gathering, and 5 Fresh Claws. These are all going to be Whirlwind skills. So we are going to be running with Ferocious Gale. And let's go ahead and grab our shoulder pieces. So shoulder pieces, we are going to have the options for Yidama Cyclone, Hell's Legacy, Grim Roost, Broken Grasp, and Wreckfall. So let's go ahead and get those in here a few times. We'll hit shuffle. We'll hit shuffle one more time. And let's go ahead and get our shoulder piece. Looks like we are going to be running Yidama Cyclone. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of those. On our pants, we do have the options of Swiftwing, Rock Spike, Shattered Ground, Juggernauts, and Compromise is Loss. So let's go ahead and get those in here. We'll hit shuffle, shuffle one more time for good measure. And hopefully, I'm actually kind of hoping for Rock Spike or Shattered Ground out of this one. Wow, the shuffle really did work for us. Thank you for the shuffle. We got Rock Spike. I do like Rock Spike with the with the ground stomp. For our main hand, I'm going to go ahead and grab our main hand pieces here. We are going to have the options of Eager Maelstrom, Northwind, and pathrays for our whirlwind skills, and then we have Lunatic Twin and the Maddening for our frenzy. So we'll hit shuffle and shuffle one more time. I'm really kind of begging the universe to give us pathrays. That way our Gloom Guides set will actually work. But we are going to be running Northwind instead. Alright, so our Gloom Guides set is absolutely useless. That is absolutely wonderful, and the last one we don't actually even have to look up, because when I was looking at the skills that we have, the only skill that we have that has a modifier on the offhand is Frenzy, and it is only Oncoming Brutality. So we are going to be running Oncoming Brutality on our offhand. So let's go ahead and get these plugged in real quick here. So we have the Trembling for the helmet. I believe it's down towards the bottom. Nope, it is right at the very top. All right, good eyes on me. That's awesome. So the Trembling chest piece was Ferocious Gale, which is right here. So we're actually going to have Tornadoes. So we're going to have movement speed off our Undying Rage. We are going to have Tornadoes. Let me get the wheel off the screen as well. Let's go ahead and get the wheel off the screen. And I will actually drop the notepad as well so you guys can see that as well. All right, so where are we at? Let's see, Ferocious Gale on the chest. All right, so we are going to be running Yadama's Cyclone on the Whirlwind. So we're going to have a little bit more damage on our Whirlwind, which is going to be cool. That should translate over to our to our tornadoes, hopefully. We are going to be running Rock Spike, which does allow the ground stomp to go in a full 360-degree circle and become a true AoE. I do like Rock Spike a lot for the ground stomp skill. And let's see here, we are running North Wind on our main hand. I was really hoping to get Pathrays. I really wanted to get Pathrays so we could actually get some use out of our Gloom Guide set that we're going to be having on. But unfortunately, we were not able to do that. And then last but not least, as you can see, everything is almost everything is for the hammer or the spear in the offhands, but we do have Oncoming Brutality. There we go. Let's run over to our stash. Actually, let's go ahead and get our skills set in here. So Ground Stomp, we'll go ahead and equip that in that slot for now. Sprint is fine. Undying Rage. Actually, let's go ahead and swap those. And then last but not least, we have our Whirlwind. All right, so there we go. We have our skills set. Let's run over here to the stash. While we have a sprint, might as well go ahead and use it to get there a little bit faster. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so what are we running currently? We do have a 4-piece Windloft and a 2-piece Gloom Guides. So we do have the 2-piece Gloom Guides. Let's go ahead and see what we can do about getting our 4-piece Shao Boss. All right, so Shao Boss, I believe, is this guy. So we have the hands. We do have both rings. Let's go ahead and bring out both rings. We have that. Let's go ahead and bring out our Gloom Guide's neck. I'm just going to bring out all the pieces for each set that we have. That way we can make sure that we go ahead and have everything available in our bag. And is that everything? So we have, let's go ahead and store that one. We have Gloom Guides. Let's go ahead and store Grace. So we have Gloom Guides feet, Shao Boss feet, Shao Boss hands, Gloom Guides waist. Do we have a Shao Boss waist? Don't believe we do. Yes, we do. Okay. All right, I believe that's everything. All right, let's see what we can do here. So we have a Gloom Guides ring, pretty good ring. We'll try to keep that one. Let's see which hands are better. We'll go ahead and keep the Gloom Guides hands. So we will run one of our Shall Boss rings. And that means we are going to run our Shall Boss hands. Actually, hang on. We are going to run, nope, we're going to run our Gloom Guides ring and hands. Okay, so we're going to need our Shall Boss neck, our Shall Boss waist, and our Shall Boss feet. There we go. And as we go in here, let's make sure we have all the little baby gems equipped. It's not the one I wanted to do. And you can see 4-piece Shall Boss, our primary attack damage is going to be increased by 15%, and then our attack speed on our primary attack is going to go up to a maximum of 25%. So we're going to get some speed, and it's basically going to supercharge our frenzy. That's basically what we're getting there. Let's double check, make sure we have our 2-piece Gloom Guides, which is going to be doing absolutely nothing for us because we don't have a dash skill. That is actually quite brutal. That was a brutal draw from the will. So the will giveth and the will taketh away. What we're going to do, I'm just going to run up here. We're going to hop into a challenge rift. I think we'll do, I am stuck here at 179 normally, so let's come down to, let's just do even 170. So not too easy for where I'm at currently, but not, you know, insanely hard. So let's go ahead and enter the challenge rift, and let's see what we can do here. I'm very familiar with Frenzy. I do love Frenzy, actually. It is one of my favorite skills, so we do have some really cool options here. I am unfortunately used to using Wrath of the Berserker in the slot that I have Undying Rage, so unfortunately we're gonna go ahead and lose a lot of time there, but we do get the options to go ahead and, you know, get that movement speed and everything like that. We're gonna get movement speed off of it. We are gonna get, you know, a little bit of, you know, survivability, especially in a challenge rift. That's nice, even though we're not doing one that should really test us based on where we're currently at on this account. As far as damage wise, we're not going to be taking excessive damage over time. However, we will be able to go ahead and, you know, get quite a bit of damage out of these skills. Having the tornadoes off of the sprint is kind of nice, because we are going to get the chill off of this. We are running because of Northwind, so we're going to have them kind of get a little, not quite a full CC. It's not like a freeze. It's more just like a really bad slow that they get. So we'll kind of get that, and then they'll be kind of stuck in that area. We'll be able to hit them really hard with the ground stomp. And then, as you can see there, we were getting a little low, so I went ahead and popped Undying Rage, because why not? Let's go ahead and charge that up. Hit Yvonne here with a nice big hefty ground stomp, because that is going to be our actual most valuable skill as far as damage itself goes. Let's go ahead and hit these guys here. Because we do get that stun, it does proc the Chip of the Stone Flesh, which is really nice. And then we can kind of come up here, let the tornadoes do a bit of work. Let's get that Conduit Shrine, and let's go ahead and try to spam. We are doing pretty well here. Let's go ahead and hit our Undying Rage, get our movement speed so we can actually just attack a little bit more. Let's go ahead and hit our ground stomp, get some nice hits in here. I'm actually just going to spam our base attack until we can get our frenzy ready to go. There we go, and come down here. Get a nice ground stomp in. And we should be proccing the boss any moment now. Let's get a nice big group here. There we go. All right. And the boss is gonna spawn in right next to us. I love that. Let's go ahead and get the whirlwind in there. Hopefully we can get some nice good damage, and we're gonna go ahead and now with oncoming brutality we are gonna get some extra damage out of our frenzy skill. Let's go ahead and get the speed, and let's up proc our undying rage to get even more speed. On top of that, you can see our frenzy just wore out. That would actually be a really good spot for a Zodstone on your main skills, but you can kind of see that we are getting that little icon above Ndugu is from the oncoming brutality piece, I do believe, showing that little axe up there, because we're getting additional damage once we get that to proc up there. You can kind of see we got that nice crit there when it did hit. Let's go ahead and get this going here. It would be nice if the tornadoes would actually go towards Ndugu. That is one thing why I don't like the tornadoes, especially for the whirlwind. The tornadoes with sprint are a little better because they go in the area, the general direction that you're moving. However, with whirlwind, they literally just kind of go wherever they want. But as you can see, outside of Undying Rage, we actually had a pretty decent, luck as far as, the skills that we got with, Frenzy being the main one, Frenzy, Rending Bite, Frenzy and Lacerate. Rending Bite is the piece of gear that modifies, Lacerate. I do like both of them equally, for very different reasons. Lacerate hits harder, Frenzy you get more attacks in, and then Whirlwind, Stomp, Sprint, and Undying Rage. Outside of Undying Rage, I don't think we had a bad synergy even with it in there, but I would have rather had Wrath of the Berserker instead of Undying Rage, because then we would have just done more damage. Ground Stomp is a massive damage dealer for us. It's one of the best skills we have for damage, so that's really good. Shell Boss 4-piece, paired with Frenzy is really good because that is our base attack, so we're going to get additional damage on top of the Frenzy, which gives us additional damage. Gloom Guides, I wish we would have got Path Raise for our main hand, because then we could have actually taken advantage of that and got additional damage out of that for a few seconds at a time. Gear-wise, Trembling, I think we had about as good of an option as we could have got outside of, North Wind on the main hand. Path Raise would have been the best one we could have had. Outside of that, I think we did pretty good. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want to see, do you guys want to see me do this, as like a ongoing series? Just kind of, maybe once a week or every other week or something like that. Maybe once a month as something special. Let me know in the comments below if you like that. If you liked the video, as always, go ahead and hit that like button. YouTube gave us that new fancy like animation, so go ahead and check that out for yourself. And as always, if you like what we do around here on the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the post notification bell so you know when I upload and you don't miss a thing. That being said, I am JKG Brandon. Y'all have been amazing. I love you guys. I will see you in the next one. Peace.